thank you for joining me for another edition of Alive and Kicking on YouTube. We are so excited to be here at the Gypsy Cat Corner Bar. Woohoo! Who's here for the show? Woo! It's in beautiful St. Augustine, Florida. It's very historical here, and of course they have this great comedy bar, which, by the way, I'm here with Jill Kimmel. Give it up for Jill Kimmel, right? With a name like Kimmel, you have to be related to Jimmy.
I am. I don't have to be, but I am.
And you admit it. Just kidding.
What has your brother done these days?
You don't want to know. Okay, so now you've also done sketches on his show, correct?
Yeah, I've done a couple little bits on his show, and
You've done a lot of commercials.
I do a lot. I live in Phoenix, so I do a lot of local commercials there, just like with Kurt Warner and different people and stuff. And so, I mean, it's not what I want to be doing full time, but it pays the bills.
Well, I think Jimmy should put you on all the time. You should be like the sidekick.
He has a sidekick,
Well,
and his name is Guillermo.
You can replace Guillermo.
Nobody can replace Guillermo.
Keeping it all
He's
in the
irreplaceable.
family.
Yes.
But I was here tonight for her show, and she's so funny. Oh my gosh! And I realized we have so much in common, like a divorce. I'm going through it right now, girl. And I know you divorced after 19 years. I'm in it for 20. And by the way, I got married up here in beautiful St. Augustine. But anyway, I don't have any kids like you. But divorce is interesting. And you know what I'm learning is that it's not completely done with me. We are not finalized yet. But when I tell them I'm getting divorced and they're like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm like, no, congratulate me. Because like you said, Jill, he was dead weight. Right? Isn't that what you said?
I don't think. Is he gonna watch this?
No, don't worry. But you said your husband was dead weight too, right?
Yeah, for me, he was not. He was not keeping up with the stuff I wanted to do. But we were friends and we co-parent like champions. So that's good.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
Okay, now I didn't know that you and Jimmy must have had funny parents to be so funny, both of you. You had that funny bone gene,
yes,
right?
My dad actually just texted me earlier and wanted me to know that the air conditioning was left on at his house while he was out of town, and he knows it was either me or one of my children, and that the bill goes through the roof when we leave it on cool. Signed, the management, is what he writes. So yes, he and my mom are both funny.
Now you must be the youngest of the two.
Yeah, I'm younger than Jimmy, but we have a younger brother also who's 6 years younger than me.
So there's three of you. Now is he funny too?
He is funny. He's an actor. He's a director. He's a singer. He's my favorite person. He's not single. He's very married up with
Darn,
kids.
right?
He's my favorite person probably ever. He's the funniest person you'll know.
Wow, well, I saw Jimmy tonight on Entertainment Tonight, ironically enough, talking about his son Billy and the heart condition and everything, and so that is your nephew.
That is my nephew, Billy.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
he's very sweet, a very good baby. He's got some further surgeries coming up, but God willing, everything goes good and we can get him healthy.
Good, okay. Now I want to really dish a little bit about your friendship with Kevin Hart and what you've done with him. Because you know, I watch TMZ, and if anybody else watches TMZ here, they know that Kevin Hart has been awfully busy lately.
He is busy. We're not friends. He cast me on his show, so I would never say we're friends, but yes, he was very generous and does a show on Comedy Central where he scouts out young talent, not necessarily young, but like comics that have not been discovered. And he was kind enough to cast me on one of the episodes of this season of Heart of the City, Comedy Central, and I was on the Phoenix episode. He's a really nice guy. We just worked together briefly, but I really am appreciative to him for, you know, seeing something in me that he thought that I deserved to be on, and he's a good guy.
Well, I was just going to tell you to have him call me.
Oh.
Have him hook me up with, because obviously he's, well, you know, he likes blondes from what TMZ
He's
tells
very
me.
married also. Whatever may have happened.
And he just had a baby.
He
and
did
stuff.
just
I
have
know,
a baby,
see?
and his wife looks amazing already. There's a picture of her on Instagram. She's got this tiny baby. He can't be more than a couple weeks old, and her body is like slamming already. So, Kevin Hart's wife, you're gorgeous.
Well, and Kevin Hart, I'm just kidding. But anyway, we have lots of things in common. I've noticed that you are a sneakerhead.
I am a sneakerhead.
Now, I'm not a sneakerhead, but I am a shoe husky.
Yes, I love sneakers, and it stems from when I was heavy. Back before I lost weight, I couldn't really wear high heels because I was heavy and it was awkward, and if I fall, a fat person falling is a lot worse than a skinny person falling, and it hurt my feet. So I would always get like cute Converse, like sparkly or with a design or whatever, and it just kind of stuck. And I'm wearing boots tonight, but I generally wear sneakers all the time.
These boots are made for walking.
These boots got resold because I wear them so much.
All right, and you also love grilled cheese sandwiches? Me too. I like anything cheese.
And I'm a purist with grilled cheese. It has to be white bread, butter, real butter, and American cheese. None of this, don't fancy it up. Don't put bacon in it. Real grilled cheese. And the secret to a grilled cheese, I'm going to let your listeners know, watchers, whatever. You put the butter in the pan, and then you put the bread on it, and you let the butter get on the bread and get a little warmed, a little toasted. Then you flip that, and then you put the cheese on the side that's already lightly toasted. So it's toasted on both sides. Then you put it together. That's the secret to a good grilled cheese.
All right, and I already see that you are kind of rapping here as we chat.
I do.
And you like to be a little bit. Now, the only other white rapper I know is Iggy Azalea, and what she's been doing since 2014. But I love her fancy
I do love
song.
her too. I'm so fancy.
So what's up with your rapper career?
Well, it's not really taking off as I had hoped, but it's something I do in my spare time. I do a lot of live band karaoke. I do a lot of rapping. I enjoy it. My 40th birthday, my cousins and my parents threw this big party for me, and they had a DJ, and they gave me a cape that said white chocolate on it, because that's my rap name, with a big like pimp hat, and I had a blinked out microphone and a chalice, and I just rapped the whole night, and it was quite possibly the greatest night of my life. I had a really good time.
Well, I love hip hop myself. All right, and you and I both have something else in common. We have both entertained the troops, but I think yours was a little bit more interesting.
Well, I mean, I have entertained the troops, faux show. Yeah, I've done 5 tours for the military, go around with other comics, and we perform. We've done all overseas, Egypt and Germany and Italy and Jordan and Turkey and Kosovo and just like all kinds of places. So that's the best thing to do. Performing in clubs is nice, acting is nice, but when you get to go overseas and take like 18 flights in 15 days to just perform for the military, it's exhausting, but it's really worth it.
Well, I saw a thing with Eliza Schlesinger and Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Were you part of that?
No.
Oh, okay.
There are a couple 100 notches above where I am in my career, but no, yeah, they're great. They do it. I love Eliza. She's on. One of my good friends, Jimmy, is one of her openers, and she's just super cool, down to earth, and she's one of the hardest working comics ever.
I've got pictures with her.
She's great.
She was in Jacksonville about a year ago or so. But anyway, okay, and is there anything that you can tell us about your brother that he doesn't want anyone to know? You know, we want the
brother.
dish.
Oh,
Jimmy.
the older ones? No, he's very open, but there's like, in fact, sometimes we try to like embarrass him for things. Everyone knows everything. There's nothing. He's a great guy. He's smart. He's generous. He's funny. He's nice. He's an awesome father. Like, there's nothing. I mean, his farts smell bad, but like, I mean, that's kind of what farts are. So no, there's nothing really bad to say.
And he was a good protective brother?
I didn't really need it too much because I'm kind of mouthy and kind of protected myself, but there were a few occasions where someone would, you know, mess with me a little, and he stepped up, which was really cute because he's definitely not a fighter, but it was, yeah.
I can see a little bit of a resemblance there, too.
Yeah, when I don't have makeup on, you can definitely, you know, you see like, you know, yes. Or when he has makeup on, he looks like me, so.
Jill, Jimmy, and what's your brother's
Jonathan.
The J names.
Right.
What's up with that?
Jim, Joan, Jimmy, Jill, and John.
All right, now Jill, what can you tell everyone where you're going to be next?
Oh God, where will I be next? I will be performing in Sedona, Arizona on Thursday, December 7th. I'll be in Carefree, Arizona, Friday, December 8th. And then December 14th through 16th, I will be at the Stir Crazy Comedy Club in Glendale, Arizona. It's a brand new club on the west side of town. Great owners, great club, and that's where I'll be.
What a cute name, Stir Crazy.
Yeah, it's cute.
That's
They're new.
kind of what we're going through here. I'm just kidding. Anyway, but thank you so much for She's a hoot. And how can people find you? Facebook?
Instagram, it's me, Jill Kimmel, or Twitter, it's me, Jill Kimmel, or Facebook, Jill Kimmel Comedy.
All right, thank you, Jill, for being on the show. And stay tuned because we're going to bring up a few more acts here in just a second. So thank you, Jill.
Thanks.
All right, so now I've got Cristy B. She also has joined us here at Jackie Knight's Comedy
I love Jackie.
Bar, which is so fun. And by the way, this is your first stop. This is where you started, right?
This is where I started with comedy, yes.
And tell us about it.
Oh my gosh. This was actually my third time on stage, but my first time in Florida. And I entered a contest here. And I won the round, and Jackie has been an inspiration. Jackie Knight, I love her, and she's been not just an inspiration, but a mentor for my comedy. And I've been doing this it was 5 years ago, actually, that I was on this stage for the first time. So it was an honor to be here again tonight. To be here with Jill Kimmel, what an honor. I mean, and that just happened as a fluke kind of thing, because I came to see her last night because she's amazing, and I couldn't wait to see her set. And we started talking, and then I was like, oh my God, she's my new best friend. She doesn't know that, don't tell her.
Well, I thought I was your best friend.
Well, I mean,
Blonde Unite.
We are, but I just met her and loved her, and she's like the most amazing female comedian that I've ever met. And Jackie and Jill talked, and they were like, hey, let's give Cristy 7 minutes tomorrow night, which was tonight.
7 minutes.
Not
7
minutes.
6 to 7.
I wanted to go for 10. I would have loved 10, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to be, I'll take my 7. So I got 7 minutes on stage,
And I think her show is really funny because a lot of us ladies can relate to being a hussy.
Did you just call me a hussy?
Well, you talked about getting your throat. You can't. What was the problem?
I know.
Tell everyone what was the problem.
You love that joke, didn't you? Love that joke, and actually,
I was buying it. I was like, poor girl has a throat problem.
And I've never played it that long, but I was. You know, it is very difficult for female comedians to earn their spot up on stage. And the things that I've had to do, you know, to get where I am in comedy. Excuse me, I still have a little semen in my mouth.
Well, you have to swallow. That's the difference, right?
You know what?
You forgot because you're blonde.
I have so many things I want to say right now, but I'm going to shut that down because I don't even know what a podcast is. This is my first, so whoa.
And this is
really
YouTube too. You know, we're
I've never YouTubed anything, like, ever.
Not porn, nothing? Oh, just saying. Anyway, she talks a lot about being a cougar too, and you are only
45 years old.
45 years old.
I'm only 45 years old, yes.
And you're already a cougar.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a Leo.
I'm a Virgo, so we're like close that way.
We're like new best friends too.
Yes, I know. Blondes unite.
We do. So I'm born in August. I'm 45 years old, and Leos are courageous and bold, and you know, all these weird things. I get up on stage because we are. And I was always true to the Leo sign until I turned 40, and then I became a cougar. So yeah, that's what happened. And you know, I love being a cougar, you know.
And single available men, how can they get a hold of you? Since you're a cougar.
Is this a new dating online thing?
Well, didn't you say that you've been kind of doing that? The online dating thing? Or was that Jill? Someone was talking about it.
We've all tried that a little bit. That's what you have to do now. You're 45 years old, you know. I mean, my friends are like, you need to online date. So I started looking at online dating, and the last time I was single, the only online dating site I knew was Match.com, and I was like, oh my gosh, you want me to pay to date? I'm looking for a date to pay, you know?
Yeah, right. And then you talked about the other one. There was another one? Not plenty of fish.
Plenty of fish because I only want one. I don't need plenty. eHarmony, but I don't sing, so that's not gonna work out. And then Bumble.
That's the one. The Bumblebee
Bumble
thing.
is the new thing
Yeah.
because I'm Cristy B, and then there's Bumble which makes me the queen bee. And who doesn't want to be the queen bee? And I
Right.
like Bumble because if I don't check my online dating site for a few days, it sends me a message, Cristy B. There's a new bee swarming your hive.
That's what it says.
Well,
That's the
what
guy
I
for
say
me.
it says.
Just kidding. That's cute though.
I know, isn't
good
it?
play
I
on
mean,
words.
we all want to know what bees are swarming your hive.
Right.
So, you know.
Right. Okay, now how can people find you?
Cristy B Comedy on Facebook. No H in Cristy. So
That's how like Leesa with 2 E's. I know it's like, isn't it weird to have to tell people to have to? And
how to find you?
Yeah,
I mean,
because
but do I want to tell people how to find me? I mean, do I want to be found?
Because don't you want people to come to your show?
I do, and I have a lot of shows coming up. Can I tell them about the
Yes,
shows
yes,
I have
let
coming
everyone
up?
know.
If you don't go on Cristy B Comedy on Facebook and find out all the shows coming up, I do a little. Not that this was a little show tonight because it was an honor to be able to take the stage with Jill Kimmel tonight. I mean, that's like going on my resume, like incredible. But I do produce a couple of comedy shows for local comedians here in Florida, and the last Wednesday of every month I'm at Breakaways in Flagler Beach, and it's the first round of the Cristy B Comedy competition that I have going on. I'm slurring a little bit because I have been drinking and celebrating.
We've all
But
been
besides
drinking. That's why it's so fun.
and I'm drinking and podcasting, which is like two things that I shouldn't probably do. So the last Wednesday of every month, I'm always in Flagler Beach at Breakaways, and I love the people there. The third Thursday of every month, I'm at Tomoka Brewing Company, which is in Port Orange, and we have a great show there for local comedians. And then Winks in Deltona, which is not scheduled. I mean, it's every month, but it's a different Saturday every month. And I'm rambling. Am I rambling?
No,
You need
that's
to cut
okay.
in.
No. Because I'm thinking that also, you live in my neck of the woods. I'm in Volusia County. Wait, we can't talk about it because we might get stalkers. We'll chat later.
Oh my God, am I gonna get stalkers?
Well, you might if you're with me. I'm just saying it's happened before. Anyway, this is Cristy B. Be sure to follow her, friend her, all that good stuff, right?
Yes.
And thank you for watching Alive and Kicking. I think to Larry Lee.
Thank you so much for having me here on the
This has
My
been
First
really
Podcast.
fun. Jackie Knight is awesome. We can't wait to come back. And be sure to become a subscriber today while you're watching this, because you never know what antics or adventures I'm going to be on. Thank you. Love you for watching. Bye-bye.
Love you too.